Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update on Bitcoin and Litecoin. Right now, Bitcoin's at $10,870. We're up 2.79%. Litecoin right now is at $67.01. We're up 2.67%. Guys, what I want to do here first, before we get into any Bitcoin or Litecoin, I wanted to point out an article. And basically what this article is going to do is just help to show you how early we still are into this space. And that's what I did the last Bitcoin video. I've seen a lot of people who are really getting frustrated and they say, man, Bitcoin's at $10,000. I wish I would have bought in at $100, this or that. Guys, you're still so very early. Right now, we're in the very beginning stages of the early adopter stage. The people who are buying Bitcoin for $100 or less, that was the very beginning of the innovator stage. And that just is what it is, guys. You're still in so early, and there's still such upside opportunity in Bitcoin as well as a lot of these main altcoins down the road here. So that's what I wanted to point out to you guys. Also, I'm going to leave down low, if you're looking for a commission-free place to trade cryptocurrency, I'm going to leave my Robinhood link down there. So that's a way for you to help me. You'll get a free stock, I'll get a free stock, and it'll help support this channel, guys. And it's nice to be able to trade crypto without having all those fees as well. So that's a nice little thing if you're just trying to trade like Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash. They have it on there for you. So really check that out. I'll leave it down low for you. But I wanted to dig into this, guys. Okay, so this article, what it says is 31 Bitcoin halvings remain. Being early is an understatement. This is by Rick D, and this is beingcrypto.com. And guys, right now it is September 6, 2019. It's 1:11 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so what it says is, despite being very much a monetary experiment, there are rules in Bitcoin's design to suggest that it was definitely not intended to be some passing fad. One of these is the fact that the leading cryptocurrency features an issuance schedule intended to conclude more than 120 years from now. One thing that unites most Bitcoin investors today is the fact that they thought they were late to the party when they bought their first Satoshis. Typically, those encountering Bitcoin or the concept of cryptocurrency for the first time dismiss it, thinking that such a radically different way of thinking about money couldn't possibly work. And guys, just to let you know, I've been in this space now a little over 2 years. When I first got into Bitcoin, I was looking at Bitcoin at around $1,600 to $1,800. And at that time, I thought I was late to the party. And now you look at it, even right now, guys, up around that almost $11,000 range that we're looking at now. And just the simple fact that this is so deflationary, in my opinion, it's gold 2.0, guys, and that just is what it is. It's gold 2.0. And just like how you have to mine for gold and you have to put in all that effort, the fuel cost, the land cost, so many different things. Same with Bitcoin here, the energy to go in to mine them, guys. That's what makes it so special. And the fact that there's so few of them, to me, that's a great thing. I love land. I like gold, silver, cryptos. I like things that are deflationary, that there's only so much of. That's just my opinion. And then it goes on to say here, still early to the Bitcoin party. When it becomes clear to them that Bitcoin isn't going away, some give the subject a bit more attention. Yet many of those that are now sold on the idea of decentralized digital money, whether they choose to invest or not, felt as though they had missed all the upside potential of the asset because the price had already increased by several orders of magnitude in the preceding years. And what this guy says here, Miguel, we are going to witness the third hashtag Bitcoin halving in May 2020. For most, this is the first time they'll be here for it. Most missed the first time. There will be 31 more halvings before Bitcoin, the last Bitcoin is mined in 2140. We are still very early. And guys, I'm not going to go on to any more in the article, but that's my point. Don't be discouraged. If you're in right now, man, guys, it could be a huge blessing for you down the road that you're in this early. So what I wanted to do here, I wanted to get into Bitcoin just for a minute here. We went through a lot of it yesterday, and you can go back and check out that video. But for you guys who are here right now, what we really want to pay attention to, we're looking, each candle is on the one-day chart. So what we're looking at first, guys, is a daily close up above this high that we had here. So what we've been having is lower highs, guys, and what we need to do is get up above this one. So we took out this lower high that we had, which was a good thing, and these are just our local lower highs. Now we're going up after this 10,958. We'll call it $11,000. What we want to see is a candle close up above that. You can see I have an alert here at $11,142. And the reason I have that is because that could be a potential trend line break out of this trend line that we've been having here with lower highs that have been coming in. So if we can get a nice candle close up above that, guys, a 3% candle close on significant volume, that could give us a range to try to get up to around that 11,565. Then ultimately we'd be trying to take out this next high here, which would be around $12,000. So those are going to be the areas. But what I want you to pay attention to, and you need to be very cautious in this, a lot of the times in these patterns you can have a false breakout where you'll break out, you'll stay up here maybe for a couple days, and then you'll actually have a busted pattern and we'll start coming back through. So say you are to take a long here, guys, you see a nice candle close up above this trend line here, it's on heavy volume. What you would want to do is put a stop loss below that, maybe even this real body here. So say you're going long up in here, guys, you see it, I would maybe put a stop loss down here around like 10,500, because if we come back in this triangle and we have a failed breakout, then things could get very ugly, guys. We could have a busted pattern where we come up here and actually start falling back through. Then we can start testing some of these lower areas. Am I saying that's going to happen? I'm not, but I've been studying a lot on busted patterns, and I really want you guys to pay attention to those. So we're looking for a candle close up above this downtrend line, guys, a 3% candle close or more on heavy volume to show that it potentially could be a real breakout. We want to see a real breakout, guys. And if we are to get a breakout out of here, I would start probably targeting even up around these levels of like 12,917, guys, even a little higher than that, because a lot of times if you get a true trend line break out of something that we've been in a downtrend for over 2 months now, we could have a 35-40% break to the upside. That is very possible. So those are the key areas that I'm looking at to the upside, guys. My alert or alarm is going to be at 11,142, and then to the downside here, guys, we look for this bottom area to hold as well. We've hit it here, we hit it here, we've hit it here, so we look for that. And if we do drop back down in here, we just look to see what we're going to do with this apex, if we keep chopping around down in here, or if we're finally going to get one of those breaks to the upside. Our RSI right now on the 1 day is at 57, so we're not overextended in any type of way, and we do have more room on that RSI to potentially go higher. But what you want to do then is dig into like the 4-hour chart and kind of see where we're at with the RSI. And what's happening is with the 4-hour chart, guys, you can see we're right sitting directly on this overhead resistance. So we're going to have to see if we see rejection off that and we see a pullback off that, or if we're going to finally blast through that. And what I did here, I took off all the moving averages. I just strictly wanted to look at price for us. Okay, just really wanted to pay attention to price. Now what I'm going to do is slowly throw on these moving averages so you can see, and we're going to look at them one at a time here. So first of all, we're going to go for our 10 EMA. That's going to be in orange. On the 4-hour, we are up above it, so that's a good thing, guys. We're treating that as support. The next one is going to be my 20 moving average. You can see we're up above that as well, so that's healthy. Guys, that's what you want to see. Next, we're going to do our 50. And there's our 50. We're up above that. That's going to be down around 10,100. And then we're going to look at our 200-day EMA, and we're up above that. So on the 4 hours, we're up above all of our critical moving averages. Like I said, guys, excuse me, if we see some type of retracement or pullback, first I would look to see if we can hold this 200-day EMA right there, and that's going to be around 10,346. See if we get a bounce off that. And bouncing back to the 1-day chart now with the moving averages on, I want you to take a look here. What I love about Bitcoin is that it's still up above this 200 EMA. A lot of the altcoins, Litecoin, Ethereum, they've already lost this, guys. So it's important that we're up above that. And even on the 1 day, we're up above this 10, this 20, and this 50. So that's a good sign that we're holding those right now. And we have a nice little cross happening of our 10 EMA over top of our 20 here. The next one, we want to see if our 10 can get up above this 50, and that may be enough to try to push us out of here. So that's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin right now, guys. Bitcoin, we're up above all the major moving averages that I'm looking at, and that's a good thing. So we do have a higher probability to potentially break to that upside. Just really wait and see if we have that confirmation break out of here on heavy volume, because if we break out of here, guys, and it's on very low volume and we're looking at something like this, it's not going to be as powerful as it would be on that volume. That volume is going to confirm a lot for you. So the next thing we're going to look at is Litecoin. Litecoin right now, guys, we're at 6701 is what we're looking at. And what I'm going to do, same deal here, I'm going to take off our moving averages just so we can really look at price. And if you guys never done that, you can see right over here, this is where you just click them off, and you can see, because sometimes you don't want things really cluttered or crowded, in my opinion at least. Okay, so guys, we have broken down. We ended up breaking down through this local support, which was around, we'll go off the real bodies, that was about $67. We broke down through it, and then what happened was we tried to get back up in it again, and what we saw was rejection. This almost looks like a little shooting star candle, and this was basically our lower high. What we've been having is lower highs right here and lower lows coming in, just like that. Now, one good thing that took place for us, guys, if we can actually close where we're at today, we got pushed up here. This potentially could be our higher low, and then what we would need to do is come up and set a higher high, and that's how the trend will change. Higher highs and higher lows, because we've been having lower highs and lower lows. So right now, if we ended up having a candle like this, guys, it'd be pretty close to a bullish engulfing candle there, and that may be enough to start getting us up there. So my alert or alarm is at $71.24. I want to be notified, because that would be a higher high on the one-day chart, and that's what we're looking for, guys. We're looking for this trend to change. Okay, right now we still have to be very careful, because we're still dealing with this overall trend being down. Right there, you can see since June 22nd we have been just trending down right now. Now what I want to do is throw back on our moving averages. We're going to start with the 10, and we're going to look at them one at a time, really zoomed in here, just to show you. So right now we're seeing some rejection with this 10. You see how we wicked up to it and the bulls couldn't continue that push up? That's a big deal. Okay, so we got to watch that now. We're going to have to see where this candle ends today, and this candle will close today at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So we got a little bit of time left today. Anything can happen right now. So the next one we're going to go to is our 20. Our 20, you can see, is all the way up here, guys, acting as overhead resistance. That's going to be around $70. So for me right now, it'd be hard to take a long on Litecoin with all these moving averages, all these things pressing down on us, until we start getting some confirmation. Maybe our 10 crossing over our 20-day moving average would be a good sign, or our 20 crossing over our 50 is another thing as well. So here's our 50 moving average now. Let's turn that on. And guys, our 50's all the way up here at about $82, just to point that out. One moment, guys, I got a phone call coming in. Just 1 second. There you go. Okay, so the next one, we're going to look at our 200. And we've had that death cross. Right here is where the death cross took place, guys. And why I find that significant, and I'm telling people just to be careful, just really watch this, is when we had the golden cross over here. So from May 15th all the way up through here, guys, you can see these massive gains, and that was because the golden cross that we had there. Now we're having that death cross. So if we have a death cross and we get pushed down significantly like we are here, we could start targeting, $50 range. You can kind of see where I have a support area drawn right here around $39, and then I would start looking up to around like $50 is going to be an area, as well as $60 is going to be key areas for us. But with these moving averages, guys, what moving averages do, they tell you the direction of the trend, just like how we are up above all our moving averages here. Even that 200, we got back up above it. You see that? And now we have lost it, and it's acting as overhead resistance. So typically you don't want to buy into something when you're below that 200-day moving average. You want to be up above it, just like we had a nice candle close up above it here, guys, on good volume. That would be the time to go long. And right here, once we drop that, you can see we've fallen pretty hard and pretty fast there. So that's the beauty of moving averages. You need to use them in a trending market. When you're chopping sideways back and forth, they're not as meaningful as when you're in an uptrend or in a downtrend. So that's what I wanted to bring to you guys right now. Just really pay attention to the candle close today. I think it's going to be very important. See if we can close up above this 10 EMA. Then we'll start trying to challenge this high here, guys, at around that 71.24. And that's where I'm going to have an alert. And then my next alert to the downside is going to be at 61.46 right there. So that's the way I like to do things, guys. That's just what I'm looking at. I didn't want to make this video too long, but you're still in very early, and if you're looking to trade this, guys, be very patient. If you're looking for long-term holds and you say $67 is a great price for Litecoin, then go for it. But for me, I'm just trying to put myself in the best trading opportunities that I can. I've tried to catch falling knives one too many times, guys, and I'm trying to learn from it the best that I can. So that's what I wanted to bring you here. If you like these videos, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless and take care.